Hello. Wait, the thumbnail did not change? Allahu Akbar. Obviously. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, I think the thumbnail did not change, which is a bit of a... Are you actually gonna play Tibet? Yes, I am. I'm actually gonna play Tibet. Because there's fun shit in it. And apparently some people want me to play Tibet. I don't know. But it's gotta be neither Beijing nor Washington. Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds third positionist. Nazbol gang represent. Roerich gang. Yes, exactly. It is Roerich gang. Now let me piss off 100+ people by mentioning them on my Discord. There we go. There we are. Okay, Reno. Now, Tibet's a piece of shit country, kind of. So we're gonna need to be very, very careful about what we do. Really. We are ridiculously weak, actually, at the start. The thumbnail is still the same. Yeah, it's because it's retarded. It's retarded. Like, YouTube is pretty retarded. Sometimes when you do something, it just decides that, well, shit's not gonna go your way, you know. Alrighty then. Excellent. Inshallah, brother Woodstock, lead Islam to victory. Islamo Tibet. Unfortunately, there's no Islamo Tibet, but rest assured, at some point we're gonna get to play East Turkestan, and of course the Maklik too. So the Islam eventually will come. All right. So Tibet's a piece of shit. There's 4 options that you can go for. Tibet has many goats. You can do the traditionalists, which are paternal autocrat under the 5th Reting Rinpoche. I have no idea exactly what the 5th Reting Rinpoche is supposed to be, but it's this guy apparently. And his buddy General Trimon, which is kind of hilarious if you're from a region of Italy, because live stream just after you watched? Lucky me. Yes, exactly. Hey, Mohammed. How are you? Tibet. Tibet. Inshallah, Muslimin. We will convert the kuffar al-Wudgak to the true way. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm fine, Nick. How are you? Pretty okay. Turkestan become communist and invade the USA. Obviously. Historically accurate. So yeah, you can do the traditionalists. There's the second path, which is the Young Tibet, under the Prime Minister Khenchen Lobsang Tashi, and they're just, you know, like conservatives and democratic, authoritarian democratic. Then there's the revolutionaries path, where you can either go liberal, social democrat / KMT. That's basically like the Tibet Improvement Party. There's the Kichokuntun, which sounds like they're Japanese, but they're not. And they go free principles, basically. They're pro-KMT. And then there is the Sacred Union of the East, the Sacred Union Party, which is what we're trying to do. Which is big brain. Anyway, the Regency and the Tibetan people. In 1936, Tibet is embroiled in a bitter leadership dispute. The 13th Dalai Lama died in 1943, leaving the 5th Reting Rinpoche, Jamphel Yeshe Gyaltsen, as his regent until a new Dalai Lama can be found. So basically, this guy is the regent until we find the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. As the leadership struggle unfolded, the Reting Rinpoche was instated as the regent. However, he serves only as a figurehead of the chaotic government. 4 main factions unfolded in the conflict. Lungshar's Kyocho Kuntun, the Panchen Lama's Tibet Improvement Party, which is a meme name. Tibet Improvement Party. What the fuck is the Kalmyk plan? The Kalmyk plan is basically enable decisions to spread the revolution to Nepal and Bhutan. Essentially, we need to be closer to our good friends, the Bharatiya Commune, and perhaps a very uncomfortable sort of way. And so Bhutan and Nepal, they gotta go, and we're gonna murder them. What a big brain moment to start a stream while I was eating. Of course, I had a glorious moment of telepathy. By the way, we gotta play Ostalgie sometimes. I need to learn that game. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the Tibet Improvement Party, Tsarong's Yan Tibet, and the Traditionalists led by Jamphel Yesheg Yaltsen, aka our head of state, and Trimon, who again is just kind of hilarious if you're from a region of Italy, because then it would mean a pretty funny thing. The rest of the central government of Tibet, referred to as the Ganden Phodrang, is occupied by a collection of appointed officers, both theocratic and civil. Yeah, we have the monastic government, or governance, because basically the monasteries govern like their own stretches of land, and just in general, we have a real shit like system of government, and people are enslaved and all that kind of stuff, all the normal stuff of a free country, because Tibet before China was a free country with things like serfdom. Anyway, the main form of peacekeeping in the countryside are Dop-Dobs, who are warrior monks recruited by the monasteries to protect their holdings, because yes, that is exactly the most enlightened form of governance ever. While often uneducated compared to their peers, they tend to be extremely conservative and dedicated to protecting what they see as dharmic institutions. The Dop-Dobs now receive a stipend from the Ganden Phodrang, which is the government, to ensure that they can feed their families during wartime. Institutionalized serfdom. Yes, this is a very, very, very progressive country. It's very, very peaceful, Tibet, Buddhism, peace, love, flowers, all that kind of stuff. Peaceful monasteries in the mountains where people are enslaved. Free Tibet, of course. I have no idea why it's called the Kalmyk plan. In fact, I don't even know what Kalmyk is. It's just a name of. Oh right. See, because it's big brain. That's why it's among the. It's basically just a bunch of Russians that have no fucking idea how Central Asia works. Among the sinologists of St. Petersburg, there was an idea that Russia could secure Central Asia from imperialism by uniting all the lands between Russia and India. So they looked at a map and they were like, wouldn't it be cool if this was a country, essentially?
A glorious victory, comrade!
Yay! Awesome. Ulysses. Are you an asteroid, or are you a person that wants to nuke Arizona in Fallout? So Roerich has taken and modified this plan, still believing that connecting to Bharatiya is the only way to secure the revolution. This will mean absorbing the decadent kingdoms of the Himalayas. So basically we go all big brain on Bhutan and Nepal, which is going to be awesome. Roerich, oh my god. It's free serfdom for everyone. Будки прохождения за тоталистический Тибет. Да, это будет почти прохождение за Святого Союза. За Роерича, конечно, самая большая голова. Anyway, the Rinpoche are high-ranking Buddhist monks that are confirmed by the public to be reincarnations of previously important monks. The Kashag is a four-way council traditionally appointed by civil servants, which is what we're convening right now. But after 1943, it has been controlled by the Marshal Trimon. The Thubens are feudal landowners that hold significant sway in more prosperous parts of eastern half of Tibet in Khampa. I'm guessing it means basically this region. Now, one thing about Tibet is that even I know is that basically this, all of this is like worthless, and in fact everyone is like here. Anyway, oh Jesus fucking Christ, why do people fucking call me? The people of Wutsang, which I think is this, while still loyal to the Ganden Phodrang, which is the government, are suffering from neglect and bandits coming out of Xinjiang and Kashmir, obviously. It's not a stream about Sukhbiyat, obviously. Big Sukhbiyat. There we go. So we will persevere. So basically, we're not a functioning state, and, well, we're a feudal country, and I have no fucking idea about anything in Tibetan history, so don't expect, like, any real big brain stuff. Anyway, we also have a nice little... Well, we also have the same problems as the rest of China with the army reform, so we have the same mechanics there. And as you can see down here, there's the war in the Himalayas decisions. Thankfully, they don't appear. Like, it doesn't, the focus doesn't make them appear, it just enables it, which is, I think, like, the better option of the two. Because, yeah, it's just better. Anyway, Young Tibet Party leaves Lhasa. So after being demoted, General Tsarong Tsaza, I'm not sure who he's supposed... Oh, there we go, Field Marshal Trimon. As you can see, he's got a interesting hat. Sarong Tsasa has been a foreign in the 5th Reting Rinpoche's side. Now, Sarong Tsasa is the leader of the Young Tibet Party. So, agitating in Lhasa to escalate our diplomatic relations with the British in Delhi, even as their power has waned following their syndicalist revolution. Thankfully, Sarong Tsasa and his Young Tibet Party didn't support a blind Lung Shar, who made his revolutionary intentions known in Kham, deserving his blindness. So basically, we blind people who don't like us. Because that's just very, very civil, you know? Extremely, extremely civil. Just the most amazing civil country in the world. Hold on a second. Tibet Improvement Party. Popo Pepe. Ouch my eyes. Why ouch my eyes? What's happening? So basically, Tibet Improvement Party are good people. One, because they have a cool name. And two, because they want to make Tibet a real country and not a piece of shit feudal shit stain. Anyway, rumors circulating along the Dub-Dubs, who again are the like warrior monks, that visit the Ganden Phodrang, allege that the Nepalese border has seen an increase in tax resistance. This can only mean one thing, that the 9th Panchen Lama, who again, I think is supposed to be some kind of, again, religious figure that just reincarnates, so that's why he's the 9th, is plotting against the Regency again. The Panchen Lama was exiled a decade ago for resisting the 13th Dalai Lama's tax collection, and his domain in Shagatse, here, was rightfully seized by the Ganden Phodrang to pay back taxes. Until the Panchen's name appeared on copies of the Free Principles of the People in Tibet, it was assumed that the Panchen Lama was still living in Mongolia. So basically he's back and he's trying to stir up trouble in his old, like, feudal domain. And, the Panchen Lama, because he has been exiled, he has sort of allied himself to revolutionary forces to come back into Tibet. Seems Mongolia was significantly nerfed, for better or worse. I actually haven't played Mongolia yet, but honestly, having a bit of a weaker Mongolia does kind of make sense. Anyway, the 5th Reting Rinpoche grapples with refugees, so basically there's a bunch of people coming in from the Chinese cliques because we have border disputes with them. Over the Xikang region, as you can see, we have a claim. Do we even have a claim on this? No. And also on Yushu up here, which is controlled by Maz, but we have a claim on it, and we also have a claim on Xining, which is the actual capital of the Maklek. So yeah, basically, the people of West Xikang are so grateful that the Ganden Phodrang for liberating them from Chinese imperialism. The West Xikang is Chamdo over here. But they also spoke of avenging their loss inflicted upon them by the Qinghai army. The Qinghai army are the people coming from Maklek, called that way because Qinghai is basically one of the domains of the Maz. should unite China as the Maz one day. Yeah, perhaps. Hello, good evening. Are you playing Tibetan Nazis now? We're playing a Tibetan weird people. I want to do the Sacred Union of the East. Anyway, the Young Tibet Party arrives in the song. We don't care anymore. Like, at this point, we're just gonna go through a little bit. Because there's a bunch of... there's a bunch of... Ooh, here comes Big Brain Afghanistan. Because there's going to be a bunch of not really all that interesting events. Anyway, convene the Khashag. There we are. Now, what should we do? What should we do next? Maybe we'll whip the army into shape to get ourselves some army XP. Wouldn't be too bad a thing, because if we rush it down to, like, these things, it's all going to be pretty fucking good. And KMT and Bharat collaboration might also be quite good. At the same time, expanding the Trapiche factory would give us 2 civilian factories, but the problem is we don't particularly care about civilian factories with Tibet because we just don't have any factories. So let's take the army stuff. Make Tibet great again, of course. Tibet improvement caught entering through Sikkim. Nepalese monks have reported being accosted by radical Thubens in Sikkim. What distinguishes the Thubens is their promotion of Indian socialists and Sun Yat-sen rhetoric. Oh no, because that's definitely the same thing. Sure. I like how, like, basically the government people over here have no fucking clue about anything that's, like, outside their little palace. Surely these radicals are the rumored Tibet Improvement Party, an easily transparent Indian plot to overthrow the Ganden Phodrang and bring in atheistic socialism. Although Sikkim is out of our ability to intervene, the Ganden Phodrang can lean on the Nepalese government to help disperse these socialist agitators. Nepal wouldn't help socialists, would they? Oh, would they? Would they? Tribhuvan, would you help socialists, my friend? Are you a true friend to the glorious kingdom of Tibet? Oh, and there goes the Shangqin Tianguo. And of course we like them because they're also a bunch of religious fanatics. That's awesome. It's just the greatest thing. We don't like the Qing because they claim our territory. Now, what's kind of fun also is that Tibet isn't like nearly as involved with the affairs of, well, the core Chinese region as some of the other countries that we've been playing, so we can kind of watch what happens from the sidelines, sort of. And I love how basically everyone is already starting to argue about Free Tibet in the chat, which is exactly my intention, obviously. Anyway, Nepal refuses to close the Sikkim border, or Sikkim, I don't know how to pronounce this place. So the Tibet Improvement Party has continued to grow in Sikkim, and it seems to have grown bold enough to finally cross into Tibet. We cannot mobilize the Damagsgar, which sounds like they're a bunch of orcish war bands, but they're actually our, like, normal army. For some reason, they're infantry and cavalry together, so we're gonna need to turn them into pure infantry at some point. So we cannot mobilize the Damagsgar out of Lhasa in time, but the Dubdubs can be deployed. The Dubdubs are the warrior monks, I guess. Can be deployed in time to counter the rebels. The Dubdubs can either be sent to hunt the Tibet Improvement militants in Kham province, which I think is like this thing, or try to stem the flow of traders coming in from Sikkim. Marshal Trimon, who is this glorious individual down here, believes a hunt for Khampa allies will shock the Tibet Improvement into retreating once more, while his understudy, General Changra, and I think that's, yeah, it's this guy, Changra, believes a direct assault against the Sikkim border is both necessary and legally justified. What we're gonna do is we're gonna send the Dubdubs to the Sikkim border. Glorious. We're gonna try to destroy the evil before it, before it unravels. The Qing have backed on Qing? What the hell? Okay, looks like he went anti-concessionist. Oh, shoot. Interesting. Let's see how that actually impacts North China, because normally they don't do that. So they're gonna do new elections. I wonder exactly what's gonna come out of that. Anyway, here comes Left KMT, here comes Nanjing Click, and all those nice people. Disco Elysium is based? Are we sure? I don't know. Tibet is Chinese, confirmed by China Rework Tibet. Of course, of course. Left KMT. Yes. Tibet Improvement Militia defeat the Dub-Dubs. So the militia of the Tibet Improvement Party reportedly ambushed Dub-Dubs patrolling in Kham and have taken some as prisoners. Following this victory, the Tibet Improvement Party, along with their militia horde, I mean, we have an army called the Damag Zagar, so I'm not sure we're in any position to call anyone hordes. Fucking hell. Join the Damag Zagar against the hordes of the Tibet Improvement Party. Appear to be carting a path towards Sichuan, so going east essentially. Monks in the Ganden Pradong believe that they can stop the Tibet Improvement Party's charge by pressuring all loyal Tibetans to ostracize the rebels, while Trimon believes that the Dub-Dubs in Kham could defeat them if ordered to. Now, from these two, it sounds like the monks would be, you know, out of touch or whatever, you know, just pressure the people into not aiding the revolutionaries or whatever, instead of just sending in the army to defeat them. But deploy the Dub-Dubs to cut them off is what we want to take, because it's going to fail. Spoiler alert. And if we went with the other thing, we'd survive. We your orcs! Everyone who opposes Roerich is part of the Tibet Enforcement Party. Yes. We're gonna call everyone who's not with the Sacred Union Party the Tibet Enforcement Party. Paint the llama red. If it red, it go faster. You fucking git. Yeah, basically the Tibet orcs are so great. Anyway, the Tibet Improvement Party take Lhasa. On a quiet morning, General Trimon and his fucking, I don't know, and his orc boys were inspecting a guard post of orc boys outside of Lhasa. Suddenly and without warning, General Trimon was fired upon from the plains. Too slow to raise the alarm, General Trimon was shot dead outside of Lhasa, the most important victory that day of the Tibet Improvement Party, which was able to overrun the city and the fucking Wag that was defending it the next evening. The Reting Rinpoche is now justly imprisoned, and the Gaden Podrang is under watchful occupation. Our country is free, so we're gonna lose a bunch of stability. We're gonna gain some social democracy, we're gonna gain some troops. We are going to add, I'm guessing those are ministers. Trimon is gonna retire as a field marshal. Changra is going to run away to Bhutan, and the politics will change. The Tibet Improvement Party will become the ruling party. And we will get a cool flag, because, of course. And now the 6th Panchen Lama is our leader. Our glorious, glorious leader. Anyway. Now we got a new field marshal, Huang Musong. Interesting. What can he do? He can take offensive doctrine. We definitely want reinforcement rate. Do we want defensive or offensive? Let's take offensive for once, because there's a bunch of already pretty good defensive ground over here. Anyway, can we? So wait, what are you like? You're that kind of thing. Oh, the problem is we don't have any fucking support equipment. That's extremely sad. Otherwise, I'd change everyone else to be that. But or I guess I could do that anyway. I'm gonna change you to Dali Bubing Lu. All right. Because otherwise, you're a real shit piece of trash unit. Improve Tibet! Yeah, YouTube notifications do suck. Good God, that flag. Oh God, not the Trad Socks. Yeah, Trad Sock is about to happen. Fucking Trad Sock will happen in, well, roughly 1 year, because once we take the return of the Panchen Lama, we're gonna get the Revolutionaries announced election in 1 year. So in 1 year, there's gonna be elections, and then we can pick the Sacred Union of the East. Now, in the meantime, we're gonna have some interesting things that happen with Mr. Ma over here. The real question is, Tibet real now? I'm not sure about Tibet real. But it's definitely getting realer. Alright. I wanted to get radios, because they're good. Radios are pretty good, especially in the early game. Now, our, like, laws are pretty trash. We have the isolation economy law, although wouldn't really matter all that much if we didn't, because we only have 4 factories anyway. We're kind of a shit country right now, so we need to steal some territory from more civilized people so that we can understand the glory of, like, having factories. There we go. Get a bunch of political power. Should we legislate some freedoms? Yeah, why not? I mean, it's free stability and, well, not free, we're losing political power from it. It's not like the consumer goods factories really matter at all, so let us legislate some freedoms. Even though we still have the institutionalized serfdom, because it's still gonna take a while for us to actually replace some of the shitty old institutions of this shitty-ass country. So, once we take the return of the Panchen Lama with his KMT and Bharat revolutionaries, which will guide us to the democratic fundamentals, we change the struggle for Tibet for revolutionary spirit, which is going to give us a bunch of really, really good things, and it's going to make the Kuomintang and the Bharatiya commune like us more. Famine breaks out in Sichuan. The Industrial Corps. Of course, the industrial victory. Consolidate the province. Proclaim a new Republic of China. Form the National Protection Alliance. Ooh. A grandiose plan. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna play with Sichuan, because come on, the Industrial Corps, fucking hell yes, entice the merchants. You get a bit of a Liu war, and then when you rebuild the Sichuanese army, you get the Industrial Army. Love it, fucking love it. Radio communications, modern weapons. Recon unit training, 200 units of Sichuanese support equipment, 24 towed artillery. That's not the greatest. 2,500 infantry equipment. Yeah, I mean, the mighty navy. Yes, yes, the mighty navy. Because you're like, yes, what is this? What does this need? A navy. Why? Because there's a river. Anyway, the Yushu conflict escalates. So it seems the Zhili collapse. Wait, the Zhili. Well, right. So the, like, you know, explosion of China. Has caused the Qinghai governorship to grow impatient with frequent raiding by Tibetan nomads in the region, because, again, we're definitely not orcs. Wog, claiming that we are in fact funding the raiders in order to reclaim the Yushu township for ourselves, which is this thing. The Ma's have denounced our government, even though we do in fact have no connection with this recent raiding, not that we didn't have with the previous ones. They have the audacity to commit an action such as this. Obviously, we cannot leave the matter alone. If we're already being blamed for the raiding, perhaps we could actually establish a connection with the raiders in order to increase their strength and maybe even gain control of Yushu for themselves. If they want to fight, they'll get one. So there we go. Basically, we must kill the infidels. Trench warfare. Because we only have guns, so we better have trench warfare. The CIA approved of that, of course. Anyway, now we have, now we actually have some army XP. We are gonna remove the recon company. We're gonna make the infantry 20 with. Now, okay, so we have less infantry equipment than we can utilize. Okay, there we go. Oh shit, that was a lot of army experience, brother. That's not fun. Anyway, the region's vision. Sitting on the shore of the Lake Lamo Lazzo Lake, 2 lakes. I'm not even sure what the Lake Lamo Lazzo, or where it is, but I'm guessing it's like somewhere probably in Lhasa. Considering Lamo, Lazzo, I don't know, educated guess that it's probably has to deal with Lhasa. The region has had a vision of the new Dalai Lama. Through a large monastery with a gilded roof and a turquoise tiles with a twisting path from it, the vision took the region to a hill to the east. Opposite to the hill stood a small house with distinctive eaves. The eaves of this house were distinctive of houses in Amdo. I'm not sure where Amdo is. The vision ends and the regent awakens to alert the lamas of their journey. A journey to Amdo. Now, I'm guessing that Amdo is somewhere like over here, because this is like the journey to retrieve the new Dalai Lama, the reincarnation of our glorious Buddhist leader. So despite the intense political disruption of the past few months, the Taktra Rinpoche, another one of these fucking Rinpoches, has remained loyal to the government, although the Kwetzng, TSNG, Kwetzng, probably, Kwetzng Rinpoche has sequestered himself in Kham after refusing to join the Reting Rinpoche's government in 1932. Once the Kwetzng Rinpoche is added to their team, we must enter the Ma's territory in Amdo to retrieve the Dalai Lama and, I guess, loot some places. The feuding Ma family will surely not notice an expedition if it is done quickly. However, waiting may bring harm to the next Dalai Lama. Just as neutrality before Trimon caused the deaths of thousands of Golok Tibetans in 1921. Now, Golok Tibetans are people that live, like, generally here, so yeah. So we're going on a glorious quest to retrieve the new Dalai Lama. The Company of the Lamas. It appears that the Ma family feud is still confined primarily to Qinghai and Ningxia, which is this region. Meaning that most of their forces will be preoccupied. Our commander-in-chief recommends a detachment of the elite Damagzagar regulars. Oh shit, it actually, fuck. It's using, for some reason, cavalry units. Mechanized divisions, crack unit. Infantry division. Amdo is northeast, apparently, I'm being told. Northeast, the territory controlled by the Ma. Also, the lakes are not in Lhasa. They had to go there intentionally. Oh, okay. Interesting. So basically, we're going northeast. The region, however, does not recall any military encampment in his vision and insists that a small escort will suffice. No less than 2,000 guards. Now, the reason why we can take the 2,000 guards and we get extra stability from it is that, well, we have a horde of 178,000 people, even on like limited conscription. So, you know, we can afford the extra manpower for an escort for our glorious journey. So, meeting the Kwetzng Rinpoche. The expedition has reached Gyeju Monastery outside of Yushu. The Kwetzng Rinpoche has been coordinating an effort there to protect the Tibetans from the Ma family. The Kwetzng Rinpoche has reported that he had narrowed down the candidates for the Dalai Lama to 3 children, and is struggling currently to ensure the Tibetans of Amdo continue to follow their Buddhist tradition, lest another fish incident occur. When in 1924 the Lamas of Amdo abandoned their vegetarian diet while meeting Westerners and nearly caused the 13th Dalai Lama to die of imprudence. To die of imprudence? I don't know. Some weird mystic bullshit. The fucking, like, Jedi Masters were, you know, not faithful enough to the Force, and so, you know, the Sith were taking over. The Kwetzng Rinpoche would be invaluable to ensuring that each child be tested accurately. At the same time, the thought of the new Dalai Lama dying because of his fellow Tibetans did not adhere to their monastic vows is frightening. Wish him well. So yeah, if he does not do his magic the correct way, our entire world is going to fall. This is a small invasion. Yeah, I'm basically invading them. And that's gonna come up later as well, because as you can see, now we have another tab called the Yushu conflict. Now, Yushu has been a highly contested township between Tibet and the Ma's, with the city constantly shifting control ever since the early 30s. While in a status quo now, both sides are trying to make moves to ensure the town eventually falls into their control. This could, however, lead to a conflict to an even greater scale than could be expected. So basically, if we have infantry equipment, we can send in our orcs to raid the town. The remaining population in Tibet are itching to avenge their massacre by the Ningxia army. We could employ their help to scout out the Ma camps to raid. Ooga booga. Or reinforce the border. While the border between Tibet and Qinghai exists in a legal sense, in reality this is hardly the truth. The border is a mesh of Tibetan and Chinese-controlled zones competing for control. Reinforcing the legitimate border should put pressure on the Ma-controlled areas. See, like, for example, on the map, it's showing that it's all Ma. But in actuality, it's more like, you know, the fucking, like, feudal lord of this village over here pays, you know, tribute to Lhasa, while the feudal lord of this place pays tribute to the Ma's. And, you know, every once in a while, they go kill each other, and so these allegiances shift. What soundtrack am I using? It's just a... Yo, I should probably not have... Yeah. You know, I should probably put the default Hearts of Iron 4 soundtrack and the Hearts of Iron 4 classic soundtrack, because it's... It was always just repeating the same fucking thing, because apparently there's no Tibetan soundtrack, which... Well, I mean, it's understandable. Whilst en route to the foretold destination in Yushu, the Lamas happened upon the ruins of a desolate village. The smoldering piles of burnt wood and dirt craters turned up with little evidence as to what happened here. It was not until a day later, whereupon the company encountered a refugee caravan, that the truth revealed itself. Recent raids from the Ma clique have annihilated large parts of the Yushu countryside, forcing the peasants to flee northwest, where they are being huddled into militarily occupied villages. While some refugees have hope of moving past the military checkpoints, others have more vengeful ambitions. One of the poor, destitute farmers that the Lama's caravans passed struck up a conversation with the monastic lords, whilst eyeing their collection of guns, food, and ammunition. It did not take long for the refugees to stir their conversation in the direction of what Lhasa can do to aid the downtrodden in Yushu. Perhaps smuggling weapons and supplies to the northbound refugees will put the Ma clique in for a surprise. On the other hand, it may very well compel the Ma warlords to treat the refugees even more harshly, if they have reason to suspect them to be partisans. Of course, we shall help them, and we shall increase our presence in Yushu by 5%. So, this is why, when you said, you know, it's like a small invasion, basically, yeah. Man, this is a great CK2 mod. Yeah, pretty much. Basically, we're about to make everything great. Anyway, let's reinforce the border with our command power, so that we increase our presence in Yushu by 5%. Because right now, the Ma control is 60%, while our control is 40%, so... let us increase that as much as possible. Anyway, the monks at Gyegu Monastery have reported an increase in Ma militia activity in Yushu. Yeah, all that stuff. We must find some way to counter the Ma family military oppression that threatens to turn violent against our innocent people. We must prevent another Golok, of course. We must send our orcs to kill their orcs, pretty much, because it's not like it's not like Ma clique. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Ma Bufang is actually in charge. He gets the going forward path. Military civilian administration, the industrialization. Ooh, the game is good. It actually picked Yushu for the random province to put the military factory. So we'll get that military factory eventually, hopefully. But unfortunately, he's also got a bunch of annoying things like, you know, murdering our people and getting rifles off of them. Anyway, Ma Biao is positioned in Yushu, which is a general that murdered us in the path, and that increases their presence by 10%. Annoying. Got them Maklek. You can just put the Attila Total War soundtrack with the throat singing. Yeah. Ma forces encounter escort. Yeah, a bunch of basically our troops that are looking for the Dalai Lama are getting sort of ambushed. Rip. Jiang Zongchang thought is the only viable ideology. Oh, Jesus. This is a great CK2 Warhammer submod. Exactly. We is the Wag. Anyway, visiting Kumbun Monastery. So basically we're getting closer to the trail of the Dalai Lama. And plus 4% stability because our party is not getting murdered anymore. The Chinese reinforced the border. Damn them. So they increased their... we will be unable to raid for 30 days. God damn it. Our war bands cannot raid anymore. How dare you? How dare you? Look at our glorious Damagusamar. Should we, we really don't have enough, infantry equipment. Is there steel anywhere? Shit. There's no steel for like hundreds of miles. Oh, in Xikang, actually. But see, like, when the fuck are we gonna be able to destroy the industrial army? Probably never. Anyway, reaching the village of Taxter, or Taxer. The caravan entered the village of Taxer with a heavy heart. Out of the 3 names of children in Yushu, the Quetzang Rinpoche gave to the regent, the first 2 were not him. The first child in another village was already deathly ill when the caravan encountered him. The second child, who was shown to the items, who was shown the items of the 13th Dalai Lama, ran away, hopefully to experience. This village was home to Thupten Jigme Norbu, a young child who has been chosen for nobility, or who had been chosen for nobility in 1921. Hopefully here, we will find the Dalai Lama. And in the meantime, another Lama, the Panchen Lama, is returning, or is completing his return to Lhasa to make Tibet improved. Hello, Red Army. Bye, Viotorix. Have a good evening. Dalai Lama declares the Wag. So testing the boy of Taxter. A child was brought to view the items of the 13th Dalai Lama, who had demonstrated knowledge of Lasan Tibetan. The child was repeatedly allowed to pick out an item from a set display, and every time he chose a former memento of the 13th Dalai Lama. In the few days the regent has been in Taxter, the child has demonstrated incredible calmness to the strife brawling to the north. Probably because he's like 6, he doesn't really understand what the fuck, like, murder is. The child could be the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama, the boy that lived. Have we found our Dalai Lama? You know, and then once we have found him, hopefully we shall improve Tibet. There we go, so return of the Panchen Lama. Now we can also take... Party Convention, which is going to replace the institutionalized serfdom. So good, and we're going to convene a party convention of the Tibet Improvement Party, which is quite glorious. We especially want that for the stability, war support, and political power gains. So let us take that first. Afterwards, we're going to want to reinforce the army and get those things sorted out, and probably get some foreign assistance as well. Anyway, the revolutionaries announce election in 1 year. With the creation of the new constitution, the Kyucho Kuntun, the Tibetan Improvement Party, and the Sacred Union parties register to run candidates for the upcoming election. Already posters for various candidates have been starting to pop up in Lhasa and other major cities. Much ado is being made of the 3 candidates, especially the opposition leaders Nicholas Roerich and Lungshar. Lungshar's detractors still claim that the aristocrat plotted to sell Tibet to the foreigners. I believe because he's like pro-British, right? I think he's pro-British. peace with the Ganden Phodrang. Actually, no, he's like market liberal. I don't know. Probably he's pro-British, but I don't know. Right, Young Tibet is definitely is the pro-British party, but I am being told by Thinking Waffle, who was a researcher for this country, that yes, he is pro-British. So we have a pro-British, we have a pro-Bharatiya Commune, and we have a pro-KMT candidate. The pro-KMT is the Tibet Improvement Party Social Democrats, the Panchen Lama. Roerich is pro-Bharatiya Commune or Russian Revolution or syndicalist in general. And probably also pro-left Kuomintang. And yeah, that's basically it. So fortunately for Roerich's supporters, the Indian Revolutionary Militias have protected him and ensured his stay in Lhasa. I love how basically like he's there and there's like Indian, I'm guessing like volunteer. Left KMT as volunteers from the Bharatiya Commune. That's nice. So basically like there's just a bunch of like soldiers coming in from Bharatiya Commune stationed to guard the glorious man in Lhasa. Probably being very cool all day. So elections will take place in 1 year. Next election, April 1937. So this is the Dalai Lama. With time running short, the regent has consulted his thoughts. Truly the weight of the brewing conflict between the Maklek would leave so many more children destitute, even destroy towns like Taxter. The child would certainly not survive the war. Ultimately, the weight of all of Buddhism is impressed onto the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. The child is the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama and thus the most precious symbol of Tibetan hope in the world. Now make haste to Lhasa! He is the Dalai Lama! Let's save him. I don't know, so that he can make fucking Buddhist socialism great again. And we can declare Lenin to be a Lama too. Anyway, now we can send the Dobdobs to the Gyegu Monastery. While one of the 13th Dalai Lama's policies was to defend the Gyegu Monastery, this was never met before his untimely death. With rising tensions in the town once again, perhaps it's time to live up to that promise. There we go. Let's send some stuff. Nicholas is an honorary orc. Wog wog. We is make the fast horse. We is go with big sword to kill Maklik. I do not know how to make orc because I don't really like do Warhammer that much, but yeah. Before the caravan could depart from Taxter, a guide reported that the Qinghai army is nearby. Every measure must be taken to keep the Dalai Lama out of hands of the Maklek, for they have no kindness for Buddhists, and we can only counter their aggression with our own. The regent has taken the Dalai Lama to hide in a nearby farmhouse. Hopefully the Qinghai soldiers will stray elsewhere. Then we have like 2,000 fucking orcs to guard our leader. I don't know. I distinctly remember sending 2,000 orcs to guard the expedition. Heresy. Yes, pretty much. It's also kind of funny because in like I think Warhammer 40k lore, like the Emperor of Man starts off in Tibet, I think. Anyway, the Dalai Lama hides. Hiding in a nearby farm, the caravan containing the new Dalai Lama hides. Although the Qinghai army spent several days in Taxter, the loyalty of the residents to our cause meant that the army could do nothing but search. After 2 days, the Qinghai army passed out of Taxter, and the caravan could start on their return journey in earnest. See, this is actually, it's saying that the loyalty of the locals, but what actually happened is some old dude in a beard went out and went up to the soldiers and he was like, this is not the droids you're looking for. And then they fucked off. So now the chosen one is back with us. Just kind of waved his hands around a little bit and they fucked off. And then they probably saw like 2,000 fucking orcs standing like right nearby and were like, yeah, probably not the greatest idea. The Emperor is actually Turkish. Oh, Jesus. That sounds hilarious. Reinforce the border. Yes, let us reinforce the border because right now our control is low. Okay, the Dalai Lama reaches Lhasa. After a month of travel, the caravan containing the regent and the Dalai Lama have returned to Lhasa. Upon their return, the regent gave a speech to the Lamas outlining the incredible danger posed to Buddhists in Amdo, including the very real threat posed by the Qinghai army. The Lamas, once sanguine in their positions, have begun agitating the Kashag towards war with the Maklik once again, fearful that another massacre like the one committed against the Golok people was imminent. Safe at last. There we go. So our glorious Dalai Lama is safe. Now, what should we do? Should we research the artillery? Perhaps. Perhaps. Perhaps we should research the artillery, because there's really nothing else we can research that's going to be of any use. Although perhaps basic machine tools. Yeah, basic machine tools are going to be always useful. Ruerich is trained in the ways of the class struggle. Ooh, we can get more research slots, but no, we need the army and we need the foreign assistance. Reinforce that army. Plus 100 army experience. Now afterwards, do we get any more army experience around here? Protect the nation, for example. No. But we do get division attack and defend some core territory. The Dub-Dubs galvanized. Tibet is not recognized by most of the world as an independent nation. What are you telling me? That Tibet is not real? Tibet clearly is real. We are usually disregarded as either a British or Chinese puppet. This is outdated and wrong perception shall be rebuked in all forms. Okay. Anyway, preparing the procession of lamas. So the 13th Dalai Lama suffered from both the shackles of imperialism and the apathy of the Buddhist world, which was exacerbated in his time in exile. In order to ensure that this Dalai Lama is protected and exalted by Buddhists all across Asia, a larger ceremony is needed. One with Western observers. Firstly, our friends in the Gelug school. Now, one thing about Buddhism is that, like, we think like Buddhism, right? You know, Buddhism. It's just this religion, right? It's in Asia. It's Buddhism. But there's actually like a shitload of schools of Buddhism, and they like kill each other a lot, or at least used to. And like, for example, different schools of Buddhism at different like moments in history supported different political, you know, leadership. So like, for example, in Mongolia, when the Chinese took over, there was like one predominant school of Buddhism, and like, you know, when the Qing from Manchuria go in and take over all of North China, they also take over Mongolia. And so instead of supporting that school of Buddhism, they supported another school of Buddhism that was more sort of complacent and less aggressive than the one favored traditionally by the Mongols. And so it emphasized more like the Buddhist, like, you know, whatever, peacefulness. And also it was like more in favor of powers to, of giving powers to like the clergy and the monasteries. And so like Mongolia, when they declared independence from the Chinese Empire, after like hundreds of years of this particular Buddhist school of influence being implemented, they had something like 25% of the population that were monks, because it was just ridiculous, you know. That was one of the main ways of, like, I don't know, like scaling up the social ladder and eating. And it's not like random people could become nobles, so they made their kids become monks. And it was just a bunch of weird shit. So yeah, apparently the Gelug school must be gathered from their far-flung places from Mongolia, Tuva, and Kalmykia. Now Kalmykia, right, Kalmyk, right. So basically the Kalmyks are one type of Mongols, because again, we think like Mongols, right? But there's actually like 17 different kinds of Mongols. There's Oirats, there's fucking Kalmyks, there's Tuvans, which are not Mongols, but also kind of. And the main ones that we think of as Mongols are actually the Khalkha Mongols, which is basically from this region. And Western Mongolia used to have the Oirats, which also used to be partially called Jungars, which were also over here. And it's just a bunch of weird shit. Now, the Kalmyks used to live like around here, but they actually migrated west to the Russian Empire, and this was like in the 1700s, and they submitted to Peter the Great. Well, actually in the 1600s then. They actually submitted to like Peter the Great, and Kalmykia, I think today is somewhere like over here-ish. Nah, I don't know. It's the only place in Russia that's majority Buddhist, and it's actually like a Republic of Russia, the Republic of Kalmykia. And again, I think it's like somewhere over here. And it's basically where the place where Asia and Europe really meet. You forgot the Finno-Mongolians. Well, that's Ugrics, which is the greater group. Kalmyks equals Oirats, though. Well, they're kind of Oirat, but then they migrate outside of Mongolia and they stop being Oirats. And yeah, this basically, you know, also it's kind of originates back when, you know, Genghis Khan dies and the Mongol Empire sort of splits into 4 parts. But that's another story. That's another story. And there's also like Inner Mongolia Mongols. It's just complicated stuff. These lamas will be the first to exalt the Dalai Lama before he is given to the larger audience. The danger of invasion also means that should Tibet fall, our Gelug allies can best coordinate a plan to save the Dalai Lama. Invite the Mongols, the Tuvens, and the Kalmyks. Apparently, also relations with the Siamese are going to improve because the Siamese are also Buddhists. Now the Burmese are also Buddhists, but we don't get more relations with them apparently. Apparently we're a similar ideology, what the fuck? We're social democrats, and he's an authoritarian democrats, and apparently, you know, we're all democratic people. Ooh, yes. Here we go. Is he gonna survive? I don't know. Creation of the International Avant-Garde. Yo, apparently Left KMT has managed to surround parts of the Nanjing clique's military forces. Cool. I wonder if the Left KMT can survive and grow and thrive, because Anqing is definitely dying, which is, I believe, a problem for the Qing, because the Anqing are pro-Beijing, and they have also been supported by the Qing. There goes the Kumo Khanate, doing Kumo Khanate stuff. Xinjiang erupts in war, obviously. And we're about to have some glorious Allahu Akbars coming up too. Hui Mongolians! Oh, Jesus. There's also Mongols who believe in Islam, which is heretic. Obviously, there's Mongol Muslims, also known as the Golden Horde back in the day. Why are people talking about what socialism is? Don't you know that socialism is when the government takes over the monasteries and the monasteries become the government, and when the government does stuff. All right, we're about to finish our legislation of freedoms, and honestly, once we're finished legislating those freedoms, I think I'm gonna legislate some more freedoms. Yes, freedoms for everyone, because like we don't really get much stability anywhere here. Like local teachers gives us plus 10% base stability. Belgian Declaration of an... Jesus fucking Christ. This gives war support. Do we get any stability from here? Oh, Allahu Akbar! La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Here we go. Glorious East Turkestan has risen. And yeah, anyway, we don't get any stability anywhere else, so... Ooh, as agreed upon by the Treaty of Arlon, the newborn nation of Belgium has officially joined Reichspakt to protect its sovereignty from syndicalist hawks. That's so good. Not like joining Reichspakt, but, you know, the little, like, flavor text. Oh, Nanjing clique is... Ooh! Big bald man. I wonder. Man, Nanjing clique is... surviving and thriving. They have surrounded a lot of left KMT troops, so looks like Nanjing clique might win. Well, Kichokuntun promises moderation. So the Kichokuntun promises, if elected, that they will reopen the Ganden Podrang and empower Tsongdu Gyeongzom. The Tsongdu Gyeongzom, consisting of abbots and ex-abbots of the 3 biggest Gelugpa monasteries. I'm guessing it's the Gelug school. this will separate the secular government from the Gaden Podrang, while still allowing them to represent us diplomatically. How forgiving on Lungshar. Okay. So he's a traitor to the revolution. Basically. Allahu Akbar! Allah wilich! Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Tibet is 4-dimensional history. I mean, just in general, everything that's like over here is pretty 4-dimensional history. Like, it's insane. Well, actually, more like over, like this. Everything that's this is 4-dimensional, except like the northern China region. Because northern China is like pretty comprehensible most of the time. Just everything else that's around here, though, is fucking insane. Anyway. What are you doing? Attack Guangdong capitalists! The Buddhicization Society, yes. Buddhicize China with the Guangdong capitalists. Guangdong Star, yes. Let's have some merchants. Anyway, let us take protect the monasteries. Because it's gonna give us land forts. And I'm guessing it's like land forts over here-ish, at the border with the Chinese. Speaking of that, can they come in from here? No, they cannot. Good. Like, the Delhi people can come in on Gur, but that's easy enough to defend if they decide to come in. So yeah, if we can protect the monasteries with our land forts, we're in a great spot. Let us reinforce that border. Actually, the control is almost coming into our favor. Do you know Tibetan totalist is Nicholas Roerich? Yes, that is what I'm going for. The totalism. We still cannot fucking change our civilian economy. Which is a bit of a problem. Attack the Guangdong capitalists to spread the Buddhist socialism. I mean, pretty much right now, yeah, right now fucking Hunan clique attracting the Guangdong capitalists is doing fucking capitalist Buddhism. While we in Tibet are doing Buddhist socialism. Anyway, this madness aside, oh, we can't do that yet. So let us actually take a army chief. Let us take a war boss. So we have a selection of a few war bosses, I'm guessing. I feel like first mass combat might be the better thing. Or maybe organization. Wait, we can still take Changradepshn, even though I'm pretty sure we made them fuck off to Bhutan. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that was made to fuck off to Bhutan. Anyway, Chief of the Army, what can we do with the Chief of the... Ooh, a Commando! Land-died attack plus 15%. Reconnaissance plus 15%. Huh. That might not be the worst thing ever. Ooh, army experience gain plus 0.10 daily. Yes. Planning speed plus 10% is like not that useful, but the extra army experience gain is gonna be excellent because it's not like we can do too much to get army experience right now. Because we have no fucking guns. Playing this the KMT, what land doctrines will benefit me the most? Superior firepower. Basically, when playing as anyone that has any factories, get superior firepower in China because then you spam out artillery. And once you spam out artillery and you get your army reforms through, your attack is going to be through the roof compared to everyone else. Ooh, the Qing have actually sent the volunteers to Anqing. That is good AI. Look at that AI. You know, they should probably send the volunteers to Shangqing Tianguo as well because the Shangqing are definitely pro-Qing. And man, the Nanjing clique is like doing okay, but they're about to be like big-brained. Oh, they got big-brained. Look at that. The lake. Let's actually cheat and so that we can see what's going on. See, these guys I think are supposed to start to run out of supplies. They just need to take Nanchang because that's, I'm guessing, what is giving them all the supply over here. What? Oh yeah, right, because we're not in that war, so it's not calculating things and showing it to us. Big KMT AI brain. Oh no! KMT Ogas is about to be destroyed because Nanjing has the superior brain power. Anyway, some cool guerrilla warfare is going on. What did you just say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know that I am that I graduated top of my class in the Huangpu Academy. I am trained in guerrilla warfare and have 300 confirmed kills on Qing military loyalists. You know, I have a revolutionary network spread across China that is just waiting upon my orders to unleash revenge upon you, little bitch. All those things. What is the Northwest conflict really about? Tibet, Maklik, and Mongolia fight in. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, it looks like the left KMT is in big trouble. The Yunnan clique falls into civil war. Ooh, Tang Jiao has fucked up. So let's see who actually comes out on top of the bloody Yunnan civil war. Yunnan is actually one of our neighbors, although, well, like, I don't think that Yunnan is going to be particularly annoying. Sichuan, on the other hand, the industrial core, is going to come for our butt. Tax switch to the left KMT and annex all of China to form the ROC and then switch back. Oh! Well, looks like I don't need to do that. Anqing and Shangqing, in the meantime, while the left KMT was gloriously doing the guerrilla warfare, have actually managed to capitulate the Nanjing clique by taking the capital. So yeah, left KMT has established their base area a little bit further up. And now Anqing clique is also a bit bigger. And Shangqing Tianguo also is starting to grow. So the Qing are definitely you know, happy about this this development, because actually apparently Shangqing Tianguo is unaligned, but they're pro-Qing. And ooh, here comes some more wars. Big left KMT brain attack coming in. The Baratia commune is gonna send in back the volunteers, and Anqing clique is gonna have to survive. Interesting. All right, reinforce that border. We are up to 50% control. The tensions are at 89%, so it's about to blow over, most likely into war. Once it does, we're gonna be ready. Well, not really, but hopefully ready. There we go. Protect those monasteries. Should we take the foreign assistance first? Yeah, I think the foreign assistance might be a pretty good thing. Although the Dub-Dubs having superior attack in core territory sounds pretty good. It's also going to give us more recruitable population. So yeah, that's going to be quite good. And as you can see, we're already starting to gain quite a bit of army XP. Alright, let's see who comes out on top of this glorious struggle for dominance in eastern China. Ooh, Guangxi clique has made the revolt against Chen Jiuming. Yeah, against Chen Jiuming. I mean, I don't think the Ma clique has any chance. Or sorry, the Ma clique, the old Guangxi clique has any chance. Tibet Improvement promises Sun Yat-sen. We just promise him. We just promise the guy. You know, glorious Dr. Sun. Yes, we like him. We promise him. The Tibet Improvement Party promises that if they are elected, to invest in the Kham province. Moreover, they shall reform the education system to allow for women to be educated. Women to be educated? Huh? What is the woman? We don't even know what the woman is because we're orcs and we reproduce by spores. They pledge to follow the pre-principles of the people of Dr. Sun Yat-sen. That is big brain. That is big brain. Dr. Sun Yat-sen will reincarnate as the Dalai Lama. No! Lenin will reincarnate as the Dalai Lama. Fucking Sacred Union Party. Aid from the Red Mahatma. Soviet Russia is fully independent. at one off-map civilian factory. We have established a connection back to the Soviets through an envoy to the St. Petersburg Buddhist temple. From here, we can ply the Soviet government with bribes in exchange for the weapons and military equipment we so desperately need. This is so good. This is so fucking good. And we're also gonna do a secret deal with the KMT. Fucking glorious. Sun Yat-sen's real name is Sun Lenin Yat Stalin Sun Mao. Dr. Sun Yat-sen was a Christian. Repent and kneel before Christ. That's Guominjun gang right here. Fucking Shanxi. Christian Crusades. Anyway, big brain stuff is happening. Yo, big brain him. Come on. You're trained in guerrilla warfare and have 300 confirmed kills on Qing loyalists. You graduated at the top of your class from Huangpu Military Academy. And looks like actually up here, there's gonna be like no progress made by anyone because of Big River. Ooh. What about Turkestan? Oh, the Ottomans. The Ottomans are being insane and doing some fucking galaxy brain pan-tyrannism. And looks like Galaxy Brain Pan-tyrannism is not going all that well against the Khotan Tungan Defense Division. Who are Muslims, by the way. Tungans are Hui Muslims. Just another name for them. Man, Kumal Khanate. I still am yet to see like how you get Mahjong Ying path for Kumal, but whatever. Golokraid. Go. Guangdong clique has survived and is now the Liangguang clique again. Amazing. What is Hunan up to? Nobody knows. Qing, what are you doing? You've defaulted on debt and you're nationalizing German industry. I'm not sure the Germans are gonna be all that helpful. Anyway, on our own is what they get. Acquire foreign airplane designs. Court the Hubei generals. So there you are. No annoying things happening there. I do not speak your weird, like, moon language. In this stream, only Tibetan. Alright. Protect the nation. Let us also take foreign assistance, so that we can take those things. Now, at some point, we also get the foreign volunteers, which is hilarious, because we're going to be able to make some glorious Tibet great. Standoff in America. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Where be the elections? The elections happen in April 37, so in 1 month, we are gonna be big brain. Big brain, my friends. My friends. We get Secret Union of the East, and then the Kalmyk plan is actually really, really early. How much? Reinforce the border again. Like, how much Secret Union elected? Oh, Yushu tensions are at 99. How much? Oh, 15 days. So if we actually had chilled out a little bit more on Yushu tensions, we'd have been in a much better spot. The destruction of Gansu, obviously. We'd have been in a much better spot to invade fucking Nepal and Bhutan, thus making our greatness greater. But, oh well, that is fine. Gang, hilarious. Now, the thing about the Ma clique is that, yes, they have a ton of guys compared to us. They're much stronger, but once the war between us and them starts, the Mongolians generally tend to invade them. So yeah, confrontation in Yushu. Ooh, here we go. It seems our raids on Yushu have finally made the Qinghai government reach a breaking point. The most recent raid has left an extreme response, with barricades and suppression of the population becoming common. The garrison commander Ma Biao himself had personally led this construction alongside quality checks, making our worries only grow further. By the time our next regiment arrived, the streets were in anarchy as militant forces, civilians, and soldiers were running like it was the end times. Whoever wins this chaos could most likely retain control of the city, but one thing is for certain. No matter who takes the city, this will most likely result in an even bigger conflict than what was originally planned, whether we like it or not. We should prepare the men for an all-out war if necessary. And the Mongolians will intervene. So yes. I've never seen the Ma's, like from the AI standpoint, win this. So I am pretty confident, to be honest. There we go. The slaughter in Yushu. Cai Zuogen was the chief of the Buqing tribe, positioned in the Buqing war band, positioned in Yushu. Okay, here we go. The big wog versus the small wog. And was left with a hard choice. As he observed his men around the fire, swords in hand, he watched over Ma Biao's regiment, which was completely surrounded by Tibetan soldiers. A cold silence in the air, he took in what remaining peace he had before the bloodshed to come. The peace a fire can bring before an inevitable storm was beautiful in a situation like this. Before he knew it, it was too late. The tensions had boiled over, and Biao began a desperate charge into the Tibetan troops that had surrounded him. Cai knew what needed to be done. We're heading back? Biao's desperate charge was the most nervous move he made in his entire career, but looking back upon it, his actions delivered. This war in a city was bloodshed like none he had ever seen before, but it didn't matter. Survival was what was necessary. By the time the smoke and blood was lifted, the Ma garrison, hardly even standing at this point, managed to defend Yushu. Much to their own surprise, however, was that the Tibetan raiders managed to retreat to their bases in southern Qinghai. While the city was defended, no clear winner was found. Biao knew that he couldn't leave this injustice to his people to stand, and immediately commanded the troops under his command to move once again. It is time to regroup and avenge the fallen. Our raiders and troops will be deployed in lower Qinghai. And Mongolia has come to our aid. Glorious man revolutionaries. There we go. Saddam Yushu Dobdob. There we go. The glorious warrior monks are going to continue into the desert. Now I'm leaving these two divisions back because I'm afraid that Mr. Mr. fucking Chad Liuxiang with his industrial army of destruction, doom, and horror is going to come and kill me. I hope that is not going to be the case. Oh, here we go. Here's a bunch of enemy soldiers. You know. Why are you not using the trains, my friend? The trains. Improved machine tools. Cool. Use the trains. Alright, I'm getting the new guns, even though I'm not going to use the new guns. So where did I get the forts, actually? Where's my fucking forts, brother? Where's the forts? Oh. Oh. Okay. It's like castles. Interesting. I'm guessing these are basically castles, yeah. Just, you know, put in the places that are necessary to defend. And exactly what I was talking about. Anyway, the Sacred Union promises Lamist socialism. This is exactly what I had meant. Anyway, at this point, might as well do this. There we go. Now, our position is very, very defensible with mountains and the river, so I don't think that the Industrial Army of Doom and Mass Destruction is actually going to win, but just in case, I did my duty. All right, the Sacred Union Party promises that if they are elected to bring about Buddhist socialism, explaining that Buddhist values are socialist values. They promise the land reform to collectivize agriculture and preserve the material culture of Tibet. They have also announced that they will seek to improve relations with the Bharatiya commune. How utopian of them. Tradsock begins. The warrior monks of Lenin will make Tibet great. No, why are you going there? I don't particularly care about you being in that place. Alright, here we are. Sikang Dubdubs rise to defend us! Yes! Hearing Sichuan clique's declaration of war on Tibet has fired up the Gelug monasteries that litter Sikang. The monks of Sikang have once again taken up arms to defend... Oh shit. The Ma's are actually moving up. To defend their treasures, hoping that the beleaguered Tibetan army can rescue them in time before the beleaguered mass of Sichuan's army can overwhelm them. Truly, we are grateful for their support, so we create a Tibetan Union in Tibet. Excellent. The Dadam Dubdubs. More warrior monks. Wait, why are you going there? And not there? You little dumb shit. Alright. Ooh. You stupid? Why you low? Why you got low organization, brother? Well, let us advance. The reason why it would be good to advance, yeah, mass combat. The reason why it would be good to advance is that it's gonna take us a little bit of pressure off the Mongolians. Although, if the Mongolian big brain cavalry can encircle Guisui, that's great. Dogs raise up! We have nothing to lose but our choppers. I'm not sure why I'm doing it with a stereotypical African warlord accent, but yes. Now, how's their cavalry? Ooh, Zhongying Di are Xie. They are strong cavalry. No shit. Incorrect. Alright, war propaganda against the Maklek. We already have 100% war support, so we don't care. In a bit, we'll have 150 army XP, so we'll be able to reform our army into a glorious elite Tibetan horde. Dub gang. Yes. Religion bad? Racism good? I mean, I'm pretty sure that with this country, religion is good and racism is also good. Oh, actually. Big brain about to happen. Democracy prevails in the Philippines, obviously. Big, huge fucking galaxy brain is about to happen. How much does it cost to use this? 11, okay. Charge, my orcs! It is time to destroy these fools. Although, apparently my fucking infantry cannot beat his fucking militia because it's a mountain province. Alright, charge! For the WOG! For the WOG and for Tibetan socialism. Ooh, Judah! Big brain. Oh shit. Oh crap. Are they actually gonna win? I don't know. Come on. We're actually armed with rifles, not melee weapons. Are you sure? The event talked about our guys going in with swords, and I am definitely certain that our infantry equipment has a sword, because it's like the basic, you know? It is often used alongside non-standard weapons such as the Dapadam, which I'm guessing it's our like sword thing. Man, shit. You know what we need to do? We need to remove this militia and send it down here to support. Yeah, even though, like, okay, so they're losing, but they're gonna take like a long time to lose, which is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, there's no real danger of us losing this. All right. So now I'm gonna put you here and
Excellent. Good. That's gonna piss the hell out of off the I don't English. It's gonna piss the fuck out of the guys over here. Now, actually, just to be bigger brain, let's do this. And do this as well. And the AI is not going to like what they see here. They're going to be ridiculously like confused. And there we go, so that these two don't like really do stupid things. Excellent, foreign assistance. Let us get some KMT and Bharat collaboration, you know? For the glory of Tibet, and the glory of socialism, and the glory of the orcs. Hunan Click has joined the United Provinces of China. Ooh, they've actually managed to make the federal conference, the first Shantou conference. Yeah, Shantou conference begins. I wonder if the industrial core, I think their ambition is to make a Republic of China, so no. I don't think they like the thing very much. All right, Qing! What in the world? The Qing are supporting these fuckers, and they're actually like beating the Mongolians insanely hard. What the hell? I've never seen the Mongolians getting beaten by that. I don't know. This is sad. Alexa, play, I don't know. Play Mongolian throat singing. All right, so the Sichuan people are never going to be beating us. The Baltic Wars, there we go. Some Baltic warfare. And there, yeah, obviously the Qing are like, Wadada, me make big attack. And they're attacking us in the mountains. There's also an attack here. Damn, more Qing volunteers, pieces of shit. The pitiful Chinese emperor thinks that he is somehow entitled to greatness. But we need to show him the error of his ways. Again, if the fucking... If we had just a little bit more... You know, I think that I can... Nah, I need to leave these two guys here. If we had just a little bit more... Actually, I might have to deploy these guys. Because I really, really need their services right now. The fall of Denver, obviously. What? Oh. So I'm gonna send them first here, then here, then here. And after that, I wonder exactly where it would be best to send them. Excellent. Now you retreat out. Oh shit. 16? 17? Oh, okay. Yeah, Sichuan is not gonna have a happy time. Ma gang, rise up. Allahu Akbar. All right. Integralist Brazil has declared war on the Brazilian Republican Army. Are you kidding me? Ain't that amazing? Massive rallies. What the fuck? The Regency. So basically, he's going to restore the Empire. Interesting. Ooh, we can do the army reforms now. Very good. Backroom deal with industrialists. Ooh, foreign assistance. Add one off-map civilian factory and add one off-map military factories? Okay, sure. Request British Indian guns, request Russian guns. Okay. Request Mongol guns. Request Bharatiya guns. Okay, this is gonna be useful. Request Bharatiya fighters. British Indian guns. Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, I definitely want to get the Red Mahatma as soon as possible as well. I can also construct a Lhasa machine factory at some point. I think that should be a pretty important thing. Yo, wait. We did not get elections. Why? Why did we not get elections exactly? Maybe because we're at war or something? Nope. Integralist Brazil declared war on a bunch of people. Okay. Okay, now this is sad. Look at them. Look at them. This is so close. We could do it. We could do it. We could fucking do it. We just need a little bit of extra. We just need one more division. So that's where the Xizang Juntuan Si comes in. The 4th Xinjiang or Xizang 4th Tibet sort of army unit. KMT and Bharat collaboration, yes. Machine factory. All right. Let's get this guy in. And he's going to finalize the encirclement of Yushu. Now, I think that this guy is going to be able to hold on. How cool is this guy? Wang Lingji. Interesting. He is a cool man. Excellent. Now fuck off. Tibet. Oh, there we are. Tibetan election of 1947. Today is the election of the national legislature. As per the constitution, only men can vote, but still a number have come out to vote for who shall be the Sikyong of Tibet. The Young Tibet Party was kept out the ballots. The question is, though, who shall win the election? Tibet Improvement, Kichokuntun, or Sacred Union? Sacred Union becomes the ruling party. Popularity of totalism, 8%. Holy shit! This is a big brain. Look at that flag. It's like Free Japan's. Anyway, Nicholas Roerich. Raised by the aristocratic Roerich family of St. Petersburg, Nicholas has expressed interest in both the aesthetic and spiritual side of socialist revolution. This interest led Nicholas first into the arts, where he graduated from St. Petersburg University and the Imperial Academy of the Arts in 1897. Nicholas became immersed in Russian avant-garde art, which included working with the legendary Igor Stravinsky and Vaslav Niensky. The October Revolution ended the social peace that Nicholas had known and set Nicholas closer to social conservatism and Orientalism in opposition to Vladimir Lenin. Nicholas Roerich fled to the United States and joined the Theosophical Society, which is a big brain institution, a spiritual movement that shared Roerich's admiration of undeveloped nations as more spiritually pure than westernized counterparts. Roerich visited the Theosophical Society in both the Bhatia Commune and British Dominion in 1930 and had a startling conversation with Gandhi. Gandhi expressed to Roerich that Vladimir Lenin was not against traditional culture, but against corrupt leaders of traditional institutions. Galaxy brain is expanding. Nicholas Roerich decided to take his family to visit Tibet through the Shimla Mountains and received a second calling in the mountains. A Sherpa guiding Roerich marked, "Is it true that Lenin was not against Buddhism?" This led to a religious experience in Nicholas, which ended the expedition when he spoke of this in Lhasa. Nicholas began describing Vladimir Lenin as Mahatma Lenin and was forced to leave Tibet by the Ganden Podrang for this heretical idea. Back in Bharatiya, Nicholas was alerted to a possible revolution in Tibet emanating from Sikkim. In Sikkim, Nicholas Roerich combined his revelations with an endorsement from Gandhi to form the Sacred Union Party, a revolutionary party dedicated to saving Tibetan Buddhism through esoteric Leninism. Look at this skull shape. Is this not the perfect skull shape for huge brain? Look at this beard. Does not denote superior wisdom? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This is the biggest brain. Gandhi, LOL. Yes, Gandhi has fucking spiritually awoken us to the fact that Lenin was the true leader of the faithful, the Mahdi of Buddhism, and now we're gonna nuke all of we're gonna nuke all the fucking bourgeoisie, all the bourgeoisie modernist scum into submission for traditionalist socialism. We are gonna nuke them, goddammit, for Posadas. Anyway, but let's request. I think we should request the Bharatiya guns. Oh Jesus, we also need to improve our party popularity, but that's gonna come later. This is the greatest thing I've ever read. We have galvanized our glorious socialist warrior monks. Tradsock has been implemented. We also have some pretty big brain ministers. Look at this guy. Is this not the greatest economist you've ever seen? He is making our road construction faster because we're not ANCAPs, so we construct roads. You know, our great army is about to show the greatness of Buddhism, of Buddhist socialism. Look at this. Now witness. Witness the amazing power of Buddhist socialism. Well, it could be a little bit better if he didn't decide to fucking pop his attack at this exact moment, but don't worry, in just a little bit, you'll see the greatness of our nuclear weapons. Did somebody say Tradsock? Yes. He is a Chad totalist. Of course he is a Chad totalist. Yeah, look at this. The pitiful industrial core do not know the greatness of the Tradsock magic. Oh look, the Qing are in trouble now. Guess what? I'm gonna attack him because then he's fucked. And look, he's like, what the hell is happening? So now he's pretty screwed. Look at you. You are now encircled, my friend. Yo. If we do this, we don't lose anything. In fact, we stand to gain from it. Because maybe Xining has no one. Maybe we can fuck up the Maklek before they even start. And anyway, when we request the Bharatiya guns, when the Bharatiya friends send us guns, we're gonna be in a good shape. Wait, did they send the guns? Yeah, I think they sent the guns already, because we also have artillery. We have artillery, which means that we can do this. Yes. We can do that. That is pretty awesome. Shit, that was a wrong decision. I'm just so used to doing that. But that was the wrong decision. I needed to continue producing just the normal shit equipment. Now, one good thing about moving this orcish horde up is that maybe this orcish horde is going to make these guys move. And yes, Xining is fucking empty. He's fucking empty. So actually deploy this Damag Samar. Deploy the orcs. because the brains are about to be bigger. And we're about to take control of this fucking region. For the glory of Tibet. Amazing. Yeah, we're still holding out here. Good. Syndicalism spreads to Burma. Country after country, the revolution enjoys progress. Great. Shit. I got bamboozled. I got fucking bamboozled. But see, that's no problem because I have supply in here because I control the city. And that's even better. I don't even need to like hold this anymore because these guys don't like, they don't compute. So he's still cut off. Please ban these incels or get a moderator. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. Like, I just see people just going like, oh, it's subjective that like, I don't know. Dawag. It's subjective that like fucking Tradsock is the greatest ideology. Yo. Yo. Yo! Is this not the greatest fucking thing you've ever seen? Shit! But he's actually, oh my god. Fucking huge brain by the AI. Huge brain by the AI. Yo, oh my god. 2 days and 1 hour. 8 days. Oh, baby, a triple. Actually, he needs to be there. Oh, baby! I'm like basically cheesing the fuck out of this guy at this point. Pop that force attack, brother. Wait. Where is he going? Where exactly is this guy going? Lanzhou Bubingxie. Where are you going? Where did he go? Oh, he's got military access, apparently. Even though he clearly does not? Or is not supposed to? Fucking hell, just retreat, brother. Oh my god, retreat faster. I don't know what the fuck is going on, to be honest. There we go, the Secret Union of the East. I have no fucking clue what is happening. What's with the Balkans and all their warring? I don't know. Ah, shit, cock Christ nigger. Oh, ooh, that was gamer. That was big gamer. Anyway, Lanzhou is over there. I am pretty angry at the course of this war right now. Hey, Mongolia, how about you help me? What the fuck? How is this even possible? Okay, anyway, he's gonna move, right? Let me take Lanzhou, and it will all be fine. Well, no, but kind of. See, this is bullshit, though. He was not supposed to have military access through him. Look, he doesn't have military access. He fucking doesn't have military access through him. He's just cheating. He's just fucking cheating. Look at that. How can you not be a gamer when this happens? He's literally fucking hacking, like... I don't know. I just hope that he lets me take Lanzhou. Alright. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. It's real good. Come on, gamer. Oh my lord! He continues to attack me. Nah. Fine. It's all because of these Qing fucking volunteers. Yeah, shit, I should have auto-saved, or saved. Should have saved before this war began, because... God damn it, we did some interesting plays, but... Now we're fucked, like, there's no way we're winning this. At least not until a while from now. Because now these guys are going to die. If it wasn't for the fact that this guy can move through... Oh. Okay. Okay. Can we kill them? I hope so. Then I pop last stand on this guy. Damn it. We can't kill them, apparently. And even if we did, actually, they'd just retreat through fucking the rest of Sichuan. Yeah, no. Shit, this is a bit of a conundrum. Anyway, I love this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replay through everything and get back to like a normal position. And when I join you again next time I do the stream, we're not gonna be in this big brain moment. See, I just got fucked by something that should not have been there, and just me being super galaxy brain. Because if he couldn't like move through here, he wouldn't have gotten these guys out of, no, sorry, it wasn't these guys. It was when these motherfuckers were here. He wouldn't have gotten them out to like here and here if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, when this motherfucker comes in and takes the tile, he can get it fucking supplied. Like, that's not how it's supposed to work, but oh well. It was just too fucking big. No, there's no autosaves. There's no autosaves. There's only one autosave, motherfucker. I don't get earlier autosaves for some reason. I know it's supposed to be like, see, it used to be in this way in Hearts of Iron. You kept like 2 or 3 autosaves. It's not anymore. In Hearts of Iron 4, you only keep 1 autosave. And I autosave monthly, because sometimes bad shit happens and I don't want to replay 6 fucking months of game. Anyway, you can increase the number of... What? How? Anyway, I'll just replay a bunch of stuff because it's only 1947. I can replay it for like half an hour and get back to like when I was defending this line. So yeah, I was gonna go anyway. So yeah, Mongolia's doing work in the north. No, they're not. They're getting fucking destroyed, which is the point. Like, I'm not sure exactly what the fuck. Like, whenever... What the fuck is this? What am I witnessing? Okay, so you've got 1, 2. Fucking, I don't know. So you've got 2 divisions over here versus 5 of theirs. You're fucked. But you've got 4 divisions in 1 tile here, and instead of encircling the fucking cavalry, you're attacking it head on. Okay, whatever. You're attacking it head on. That's whatever. You also have 4 more divisions against 3 of their divisions. So 4 divisions versus like fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions. I don't know anymore. I just don't fucking know anymore. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. See you soon. Next time, I'm gonna be back to another save where I haven't fucked everything up. And, well, yeah, have fun.